Guys, hope that you're having a wonderful day. So I am going to do our weekly here underneath my Horseman Readings Facebook. So if you happen to catch me live and you would like a message for your week, let me know. I already did a weekly for this week as well. So I'm going to be working with my animal medicine cards. And one of the important things to note is to set an intention whenever we do one of these readings. So I already went into the Akashic records for the energy of this week based on the people that will be watching. So all the messages that come through are exactly what we need to hear for our highest good. And some things it might trigger stuff from your past, and sometimes it'll relate to your present moment when you're watching this, or other times it will relate to what's going to be coming up throughout the week. But I set the intention that we get the messages that we need, okay? So our card here for this week, one of the things, so it's our upcoming week. This is going to be from March 20th through to the 26th, Monday through Sunday. And we do have a new moon on Tuesday. So if you go to horsemanreadings.com and you would like a new moon reading sent to your email, you can book in that way as well. You can e-transfer. I'm also doing a free yoga class on March 17th if you're catching this early, okay? So you can sign up for both of those through my site. And of course, you can book in a reading or healing with me. Those are 35 minutes over Zoom, all right? Currently, that's what I'm offering. So if you're interested, those are my availabilities. It's all through my website now, okay? So 30 rabbit, okay? Rabbits typically represent like spring, Easter, that sort of thing. So we are starting to think a little bit more about this new season coming in. So we will be just starting off our spring, so I'm not surprised this is what's coming up. Bunnies are really cute. They're really sweet. They really adapt to their environments. However, they do still have a little bit of fear. So in the new moon reading that I already did, but you can check out through YouTube. For people that don't know, my YouTube channel is Horseman Readings, and you can see my shorts, my lives, and my videos and my playlists that way, okay? You must sign in and subscribe. Click the bell button to get to my lives under there as well. So one of the things that was coming up with this new moon specifically is that like we're really transitioning. So that's where the flexibility is coming up. You're really adapting to the way things are, not the way you want things to be, but just the way that they are. And so there is this happiness and joy that's coming in of being in the present. So it's a great week for doing meditations, doing healings, doing exercise, doing clearings on yourself, whatever you can do to maintain that positive frequency as you're adapting through these new beginnings and new adventures that you're starting. So spring represents a new beginning. As I was talking about with the new moon energy, there is still some fear in there. There's a lot of limiting beliefs. So that's where applying those little exercises and things that you can do will be helpful. And of course, I also have a membership group where I have tons of stuff in there as well. So if you're struggling and you don't want to book in, but you want to access more information and tools and classes and healings, meditations, you can definitely check that out, okay? Any questions, reach out to me. So that's what we're expecting. Obviously, there's a new beginning coming up, okay? But when we see the links, this guy, he has a lot of emotions, new moons, especially this new moon in Aries. It's really, because we're starting so strong and so fresh, it can definitely rock the boat, ruffle some feathers. That might mean some of your relationships are turning and changing at this moment. So you might notice friendships, groups, societies, organizations that you used to be a part of, you're either joining and signing up for new things, new classes. Especially if you're an entrepreneur, you might find new projects, new passion projects in your business. Underneath my spiritual support team that I've created through Facebook, that's a new group. We're talking a little bit about passion projects, getting excited about things, that sort of thing. So you might find that this week that's really coming up for you. You want to join things, you want to be a part of stuff. However, that might mean you need to let go of other aspects of your life when we're starting new and fresh. So it's like, I don't associate, or I don't want to be an affiliate of this person or this program, or I don't like this piece of art that I used to like. I just don't like it anymore. So it might be a great time to do some spring cleanup. So that's what we're going to be feeling this week, is go deeper into those passion projects. And when you do that, you're going to see what lights you up. And the Marie Kondo underneath Netflix, the documentary or series that she does, she really talks about the importance of valuing the things that you have. And so when it comes to your ownership, or how you identify with yourself, again, there might be a new identity that's coming up for you, how you look into who you are as a person, what your beliefs are. Again, that's where the limiting beliefs are going to be coming up. So it's readjusting to new lifestyle, new habits. That's where the flexibility is definitely coming up. Now, my nose is itchy, so to me, that's an indication that if you have stomach aches, stomach cramps, stomach pains, which I would say is you kind of how you're adapting or adjusting to the energy that's starting to flow into your life. So are you taking credit where credit is needed? Are you feeling proud of who you are, what you've done thus far? I'm definitely relating to that in terms of like looking at how many YouTube videos I have created, how much content I'm providing for people. I'm, starting to see new people hopping onto that YouTube channel. And so I've just been inching my way. However, inching your way over time to be able to look back at your progress, I have like so much there over the I think it's 5 years. I think I just celebrated my 5 years there. It might be 6, but I think it's 5. So that's just something where it's okay to put tasks aside and then come back to that. Sometimes that's part of starting a new season as well, where we just feel like, okay, it's time to start getting back into things that I used to love, that I used to daydream about doing. So for instance, when I was a child, I feel like this is related to the links. When I was a child, I dreamt of being an artist, and I felt like I was not encouraged to do that, to self-express. And now that's been a big theme for me that's coming up for myself anyway with this new moon energy, is it's breaking free of those old patterns and cycles of feeling that way, that it's safe for you to be creative. It's safe for you to express yourself. So let me know if you relate to that as well. Okay. So I'm hearing the message right now, dreams really do come true, okay? So anything can happen out of the blue as well. So what I'm getting here is don't be afraid to advertise if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, or if you're just an entrepreneur as well. Don't be afraid to do that. That's really been coming up with me too, in terms of like creating a Google ad or something like that, just to advertise more, right? So you're getting the go ahead to do that, okay? So if that's something you were hemming and hawing about doing, again, when we go into the Akashic Records, just trust whatever's coming up, okay? I've got my Grateful shirt on today, very much related to some of the topics I've been discussing with my people anyway. The Coyote, okay, so another message that's coming through for this week as we are slowly transitioning out of March, and again, we're going into that Easter season as well. We're in that strong Aries energy that we're going to be focusing a bit more on healing through light, through the sun. And so it also feels like some people might be currently detoxing as well. So if you don't know what detoxing is, essentially you're just clearing and cleansing yourself of anything that's no longer serving you. And so when we have new beginnings and when we have a new moon, then obviously we're releasing things that are not serving us. So if you're angry or upset, things like that, honor the emotions that you're feeling, as I was talking about suppressing emotions, being able to express how you feel. If you're in a toxic relationship or you have toxic people around you, now is the best time to clean it up. Sage, smudge, no coincidence that I have my herbs right here, and I did a big cleansing right before I came on. So that might be cleansing the home. If you want to learn how to do that or why you do that, you can check out my blog about smudging. That's through my website as well. I'm also feeling like if you have a healer side to you, you might have like that naturally as well. So just trusting that, again, when it comes to like the stomach, that you're allowing life to happen. If you have fears around being a healer, fears around these beautiful abilities or qualities that you have, definitely work through that. Otherwise, you're going to find it's only hurting you, okay? So it's learning about these talents that you have. It doesn't have to be related to being a healer, but it might mean like that the services or the things that you provide or could be providing to others are actually there to support you universally, so that we have more resources, so that other people can find their own resources and that sort of thing. So if you're not using your gifts, using your talents, then you're not really, I'm going to say, contributing to others as much as you could be. So instead of thinking about it from the standpoint of, oh, I don't know what other people are going to think when I choose to do this, think about it as about all the people that you could be inspiring or supporting or helping them become an entrepreneur or helping them live their best life or fulfilling their potential, okay? So really look a lot deeper into how you're impacting other people, because that's going to have a huge effect on your week, okay? So last card here, Luminous Warrior. All right, so this really talks about the chakras, all right? And we were just talking about the stomach. This is a great week for purging. So not only are we getting rid of like dresses or old dresses or something in your closet, or an old identity who you used to be, it's okay to get rid of that version of you. But it's also like honoring our emotions so deeply this week, because it's like, okay, like I value this. I really value this. I really love this. And that's happening to me as well. I'm just ending a chapter in my life where I was teaching Reiki, doing Reiki for like 10 years, and that's where I began. And so card readings are actually where I began, but I didn't really realize that I was doing that. I just dabbled with it. I didn't really take it very seriously. And what's interesting now is not only am I letting go of all that like Reiki portion of things, because that was like me learning about energy, me learning how to ground, me learning how to hold space for other people. Now it feels like I'm really coming back into just doing my readings. And it's like being able to apply what I've learned from the energy work and really be able to teach and hold space for people to start implementing my lessons, and with my new chapter of getting deeper into the readings and the sessions that way. And it also allows me more space to learn other tools and practices like yoga or creative writing and artistry and things like that. So nature's also coming up this week as well, so that if you feel like you're having a hard time shifting or evolving, it's okay. Like nature will definitely have a big impact on you. As we were talking about healing through sunlight specifically, I feel like if some people are really in their head, going to a very windy place might be helpful. I know here we live on a little hill, so we always get a nice little breeze. And I find that that's very therapeutic too. It's not a big breeze, but it's just enough of like clearing out your head, okay? So make sure that you know who you are this week, sorting out some emotions. And then in terms of like career, it definitely feels like there's a new start with work as well. But I think it's more about that push and pull with relationships. You're going to be making some decisions and making bigger decisions than you typically would, because this Saturn and Pisces energy that's happening, that hasn't happened since 1996, is really like us rooting down a bit more with our future plans, getting a bit more practical. But also with this like Aries energy coming in, there's like that passion and enthusiasm. So it's like we actually have the motivation to do these things. But really work on dissecting that as well. What's holding you back? Because it's time to let go of that. It's time to purge that. And so don't hang on to it. It's about processing the emotions, but allowing yourself to really move through this energy that we don't typically have. All right, I love you guys so much. Thanks for taking the time as well to click the thumbs up button and to comment here wherever you're watching me. And bye for now.